Mookies. And we back with another reaction video. Mookie,
Yeah.
you got a well-requested video for us, bro. Top 6 worst football betrayals in history. Now, we've been reacting to a lot of controversial videos when it comes to football recently, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? We've been, I guess, digging a little bit deep into, like, history of football, bro. So, look, man, if y'all new to the channel, fam, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Mookie, let's get straight into it, bro.
4th of July 2000. The entire football world was shocked at the news of Luis Figo's transfer from FC Barcelona to their biggest rival, Real Madrid, for a then record amount of 60 million euros.
I told you it's a lot of controversy with that, bro.
Yeah, but we got the money, baby.
I know y'all got the bread,
We got
bro.
the bread, baby. Look. Whoever has the money runs the show.
But, bro, ain't that dangerous, y'all? Like, ain't that...
For what?
What you mean dangerous?
Good.
Like, dangerous, like, people who ain't gonna rock with you. Like, we talking about the people inside the city. My guy, you gotta live there.
What, in Real? Yeah, in Real
Unless
Madrid?
unless you play the games and you go all the way back to Barcelona.
No. Real Madrid is the best fans in football.
Cheater, traitor, Judas. These were the words coming from the mouths of Barcelona fans. How did this happen? Why did a player who was in love with FC Barcelona for 5 years, often kissing the club's crest after scoring a goal, decide to exchange glory in Catalonia for better money at Real Madrid? In this video, I will present to you this and other major betrayals in the history of football, such as Robin van Persie's betrayal of Arsenal, the biggest traitor in the Premier League, Sol Campbell, the heartbreak of Fiorentina fans by Roberto Baggio. I also have a bonus for you. I will introduce you to a player who, despite the club's hatred and age-old rivalry, has remained in the hearts of fans in both teams. And let's start with the previously mentioned
That gotta be R9. That gotta be R9, y'all.
Think so?
story of Robin van Persie. It was May 20th, 2004, when the then 20-year-old joined Arsenal. The Dutchman was very talented and hard-working, qualities immediately noticed by Arsene Wenger, the Arsenal coach. Wenger was very smart and saw the potential in the young player. Within a few months, he transformed Van Persie from a left winger to a centre-forward, just like he did with the club's biggest star, Thierry Henry. The French player was much more experienced than Van Persie, so the Dutchman was only his substitute. When Henry left the club for Barcelona, Van Persie took on the responsibility of scoring goals, becoming the team's main striker. At the start of the 2011 to 2012 season, he became the team captain, beloved by fans, scoring goals and assisting every single match. In his 8th and final season at Arsenal, he scored 30 goals, becoming the league's top scorer and the club's 8th highest scorer with 132 goals. Despite the glory in London, Van Persie seemed unsatisfied with the team's results. On July 4, 2012, Van Persie announced he wouldn't sign a new contract with Arsenal, breaking the hearts of fans worldwide. A month later, he dealt the final blow when Manchester United announced they had acquired him. He was accused of choosing bigger money after his best season in history. In a moment, he turned away from his love for Arsenal, where he spent 8 years of his career. Immediately, he began praising the Red Devils in interviews, saying, "I always wanted to join Manchester United. I dreamed of it since childhood, and I can't wait to start." Fans couldn't forgive him for joining one of the club's biggest rivals. Videos of burned shirts with his name started appearing online, and due to the chaos caused by his transfer, he became hated by the entire club. That's just the first story I've prepared for you. Stay until the end of the video.
Do you think fans got a right to do that?
Yes and no. Okay, now listen to me when I explain this. If he did a lot for your club, listen, if he did a whole lot for your club, right? But he just left for a better situation at another club, then you don't have the right to burn his jersey. Now, if you do something like backhanded, like sign with another team, ain't tell nobody, kind of just snuck out of there.
That's what he did.
Then
I mean, he took.
Yeah.
He always wanted to play for that team.
Okay.
And he took the money.
It's a certain way you do things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For us as fans to react to. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes down to that, yes and no. Like if you're gonna be a man and be, a businessman, because at the end of the day, these footballers, yes, they're athletes, but they're businessmen too.
Right.
This is what they do to make money, feed their families. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you stood up and looked everybody in the face like, listen, the situation better over here, Y'all gotta. I'm sorry if I hurt any feelings.
Yeah.
But I gotta go here. You know what I'm saying? I did a lot for this club. You feel what I'm saying? I love this team, and you know what I'm saying.
You know when somebody being a slime ball, though, yo.
Yeah.
Do you know when somebody 1 minute they is with us, next minute they making 6 million?
Yeah, and you ain't tell nobody nothing. We deserve to know.
So cut the jersey of us, set it on fire.
To find out why Luis Figo betrayed FC Barcelona for Real Madrid. Next, let's talk about Maurice Johnston, a football player from Scotland. To give the transfer some modern context, it would be somewhat similar to Mohamed Salah leaving Liverpool for Manchester United, or Lionel Messi promising to sign with Barcelona but flying off to Real Madrid instead. Johnston was a phenomenal striker for Celtic FC, enchanting Glasgow fans from 1984 to 1987. Due to his dedication to the club and the immense value he brought to the field, it was hard to find a Celtic fan who didn't admire the outstanding Scot. The striker scored 72 goals in 128 matches, winning the Scottish Cup in 1985 and the Scottish League title in 1986. Seeking to advance his career, Johnston moved to the French club Nantes in 1987, where he scored 22 goals over 2 seasons. Despite initially assuring that he would never return to Scotland, Johnston changed his mind and appeared at a press conference to announce he would sign with Celtic once his contract with Nantes expired. However, this didn't come to pass. Upon returning home, the player instead signed with Celtic's arch rivals, Rangers FC. This situation reverberated not only in the football world, but throughout Scotland. Rangers were known for one important rule. Since the early 20th century, according to an unwritten rule, Catholics were consciously omitted from club transfers and other positions within the club. No Catholic could play for or manage the team. The club was known as Protestant, so the transfer of the first Catholic in decades came as a huge surprise. Some Rangers supporters were outraged by Johnston's contract signing. For them, it spelled the end of tradition. They were furious, scarves were burned, and season tickets were torn up for the benefit of newscasters.
Wow, that's a new question for you. How you feel like that? Like somebody do it to where someone just mess up tradition. He messed up.
If he messed up tradition, then you as a fan, you have every right to be angry.
Right.
This is traditionally how we do things, brother.
Facts. And he just said, F it, I'm gonna do
what makes me.
I ain't gonna lie though, yo. Those type of people won't come along, shorty. You're gonna have people that just be like,
but you also gonna have people that, that stand on what they stand on.
Yeah,
you know
but
what I'm saying?
Come on, yo. It's gonna be one person that be like, man, I don't care about none of that. You feel me? It's wrong though, you feel me?
Definitely wrong.
Cameras and the press. The main reason Rangers fans didn't trust the player is because he used to play for Celtic, and he was known for celebrating goals against Rangers in a way that made their fans angry. To Celtic fans, Johnston became known as Judas for joining their rival team, and the player received his own security detail. Once again, Arsenal appears on our list. Ashley Cole was a player nurtured by the club from a very young age. He made his debut in the first team at the age of 18 under the management of Arsene Wenger. The coach protected Cole from a young age, fearing he would become another young English player lacking strength before fulfilling his potential. However, problems were not far away. Cole's relationship with the club began to deteriorate as his career progressed. Personal success at Euro 2004 earned him the UEFA Team of the Year title, but his final years at Arsenal were marred by injuries and controversies. Nevertheless, for over 6 years, he formed the foundation of the defense of one of Arsenal's best teams in the club's history. In 2005, Cole was found guilty of making contact with Chelsea, a league rival, regarding a potential move without informing Arsenal. The player was fined £100,000 and his agent, Jonathan Barnett, had to pay the same amount. Chelsea was fined £300,000 and Jose Mourinho himself had to pay £75,000. Quite a costly conversation, isn't it? On July 18, 2005, Cole signed a contract extension with Arsenal, but just a year later, he left the club in tumultuous circumstances. In his autobiography, he attacked Arsenal, calling himself the scapegoat of the club. The defender was deliberately left out of the Arsenal team photo for the 2006-2007 season, suggesting his departure from the club. The bitter contract dispute soured the relationship between Cole's agent and the club, making it difficult to reach an agreement. Arsenal was not willing to budge from their valuation of £25 million, while Mourinho insisted he would not pay a penny more than the initial offer of £16.5 million. Negotiations with Chelsea lasted throughout August. Eventually, Cole signed a contract on the final day of the transfer window at 11 o'clock. This move angered Arsenal fans, who dubbed him Cashley and waved fake £20 notes with Cole's face on them when both clubs faced each other on December 10, 2006. However, in 2011, Cole revealed that he had forgiven the club for their actions, saying, "I don't think I was respected at Arsenal, or I didn't feel I was as respected as I thought I deserved. Respect means a lot to me. I gave my all to Arsenal and was honest while I was there." Do you remember when I mentioned about the bonus at the beginning of the video? Well, it's time to present to you the story of a footballer who, despite club disputes and transfers between eternal rivals, remained forever in the hearts of many fans. I'm talking, of course, about Ronaldo Nazario. The Brazilian was a
So they say he was with Barcelona first, and then he went to AC Milan, and then with Real Madrid.
star not only at Barcelona and Real, but also at AC Milan and Inter. He delighted with his game at each of these clubs. In addition to amazing goals, dribbles, and passes, he also had a unique character, always smiling and cheerful in his relationships with teammates and fans. The striker never switched clubs directly. His path was as follows: 1 year at FC Barcelona, 5 years at Inter Milan, 5 years at Real Madrid, 2 years at AC Milan. Furthermore, Nazario never
I'm sorry, yeah, it was Inter Milan. Then AC Milan. All these names, yo, crazy. But
doing a good job, brother. You're doing a good job.
what I'm about to say, bro. So how you feel about that?
Once again, like,
But he a genuine dude,
person.
and he
once again, he just takes the better option for him. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, he's the one playing. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, it seemed like he did it the right way, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You feel me? And everybody still love R9. You feel me?
identified himself with the community of a particular club. He never kissed the badge upon scoring a goal. The player was highly respected, but was not a fan favorite like the aforementioned players. In this way, the Brazilian avoided insults from enraged fans and was well remembered at each of these clubs. Let's go back to the Premier League, where a transfer took place, which many experts call the greatest betrayal in Premier League history. To discuss its details, the player met with club officials far outside the city in the middle of the night. Sol Campbell was a powerful central defender who rose through the ranks at Tottenham, becoming a key player and captain of the club. Over 10 phenomenal years in London, he built an incredible bond with both the team and the fans. Standing at 190 centimeters tall and weighing 100 kilograms, he was an unbeatable wall against opposing attackers. Despite his immense size, he seemed very shy and modest, which endeared him to the fans. The club officials were aware that it would be difficult to keep such a talented player in Tottenham. Teams from all over Europe were interested in signing Campbell. FC Barcelona, Inter Milan, Manchester United, and Bayern Munich. Campbell's contract was coming to an end, worrying journalists who were eager to know the defender's future. When asked about his career path, he replied firmly, "I won't sign with anyone else while I'm under contract with Tottenham. In the future? I don't know, but definitely not with Arsenal." His honorable stance did not please the club officials, as they were hoping for a hefty sum of money for Campbell's transfer. When Spurs recorded a series of 6 clean sheets in 7 consecutive matches, journalist Claire Tomlinson asked directly, "What about your situation, Sol? Will you stay at Tottenham?" To which he quickly replied, "I'm staying." These words restored hope to the club's fans, who had already resigned themselves to the player's departure. Unfortunately, the winning streak did not last long, and the player became increasingly frustrated with the team's poor performance. As a result, he decided not to renew his contract with Tottenham. In search of further development opportunities, the player began considering offers from many clubs. The entire football world was convinced that the player would move abroad. Interestingly, the most effective negotiator turned out to be none other than Arsene Wenger. Despite initially rejecting Arsenal's offer due to the eternal rivalry between the two teams, Campbell began to consider joining Spurs' biggest rival more favorably. The opportunities Arsenal offered were truly immense. The coach had a vision for a team in which Campbell could be one of the main figures. To avoid attracting journalists, the player planned a series of meetings with club officials far from the city under the cover of night. Thus, they agreed on contract terms based on a free transfer. Tottenham's management was furious because not only were they losing one of their best players, but the club wouldn't even receive a penny for his transfer. When Arsenal called an extraordinary press conference, everything became clear. Tottenham fans were furious, burning shirts with his name on them. Campbell's return to White Hart Lane was highly anticipated. On November 17, 2001, the player was greeted with a buzz from Tottenham supporters and banners holding an image of Judas. This match ended in a 1-1 draw. Wenger also spoke about the difficulties Campbell faced as a result of the transfer. He couldn't go to certain places for dinner.
A shirt says, "Stand up if you hate Campbell."
I mean,
that was
at the same time, man. the fans could get a little out there.
They get a little out of that. But how he moved was low down though.
Yeah.
That was crazy, bro. He going out the city in the dark, 10, 11 o'clock. You feel me, son? And then he also stayed out his mouth. He would never sign with this rivalry team, Arsenal.
And he signed with Arsenal.
Dang, yo, that's crazy. I can see the Arsenal manager now.
Yeah,
look, yo, we know you never say you're going to sign with us, but look, I got $6 million for you. You feel me? Oh, that's crazy, bro.
Or freely walk around London because of the anger of Tottenham fans. Sol Campbell will most likely never gain forgiveness from Tottenham fans, but he will surely look back on his medal achievements without regretting any decision. Let's move now to sunny Italy, specifically to Fiorentina, where Roberto Baggio took his first serious steps in football. In 1985, Fiorentina bought the young striker for £1.5 million. During his time at the club, despite initial injuries, he became incredibly popular and is still considered one of the best players in the club's history. For 5 years, he was a fan favorite, scoring many goals. In his best season, he led the team to the UEFA Cup final in 1990, where they faced his future club. After a fierce battle, Juventus emerged victorious. The young Italian at that time was unaware that Juventus would become a curse and a blemish on his career.
On September 20th, witness the origin of the Transformers.
That same year, he received the Bravo Award as the best player under 23 in European competitions. The defeat in the final and the then record sum of €10 million were enough to convince the young player to change clubs, unfortunately, to the aforementioned Juventus. The transfer of the team's best player to their most hated rival was unbearable for Fiorentina fans. Within just 2 days of signing the contract, the streets of the Italian city filled with enraged crowds. Police reports described throwing bricks, chains, and Molotov cocktails
all over that, bro.
Lord have mercy.
So, dang, yo. So a betrayal and a player can stretch that far, bro. Like, they burning buildings.
Cocktails and,
I only can imagine what happened when that team come to play, though.
Lord have mercy.
And the other dude on there.
Yeah, I guess he sets up that game.
Yo, that's wild, bro.
In total, there were over 50 significant damages and 10 arrests. I did everything to stay, Baggio said after the riots. Throughout his first match at the Fiorentina stadium, the new number 10 for Juventus was the target of a barrage of boos and mockery from his former fans. He forced a penalty, but refused to take it, claiming that goalkeeper Gianmatteo Maregini was too familiar with his habits from years of training. The symbolism of that moment suggested that Baggio couldn't bear to score against his former club. His gesture when leaving the field after being substituted was more evident. Still angry, Florentines threw various objects, including the team scarf, towards the striker. Baggio picked it up and held it to his chest, waving towards the stands, signaling the affection he held for the fans despite their mockery. Not surprisingly, none of these actions were well received in Turin, and 300 fans greeted Baggio at his next training session to share their thoughts on the matter. Despite improving his goal-scoring record and winning the double in 1995, Juventini remained the only group of fans Baggio played for, but never fully convinced. Meanwhile, loyal Fiorentina supporters largely accepted the apologies of their former hero and resisted submitting to the transfer imposed by the club president. Before we get to the most curious story in the video, remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos like this, and a thumbs up if you appreciate my work. It's time for the biggest transfer scandal in the history of football, which resulted in fans throwing many things at a player during a game. Even a pig's head. Luis Figo was the golden boy of FC Barcelona, where he was considered the best winger in the world when he was in his top form. Figo spent 5 years at Barcelona, winning 2 La Liga titles, 1 Copa del Rey, and a UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. He was also awarded the Ballon d'Or in 2000. However, in the same year, Figo moved to Barcelona's biggest rival, Real Madrid, for a record-breaking transfer fee of €60 million. Several factors contributed to Figo's departure from Barcelona. Firstly, Barcelona was going through a period of turmoil. The club struggled to make
my man, like, I'm out, shorty. I'm gone. 60 million.
Yeah.
60 million?
60 million? Yeah, I'd have probably left too.
You would have left?
Yeah.
Yo,
I went on the phone buying a yacht before I got there.
Private jet would have flew you out, huh, yo?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yo, 60 million is crazy. Real Madrid, y'all got too much money, bro. 60 million?
That's good, baby. Decent.
Real Madrid for a record-breaking transfer fee of 60 million euros. Several factors contributed to Figo's departure from Barcelona. Firstly, Barcelona was going through a period of turmoil. The club struggled to maintain financial stability and was in debt. Additionally, the club's management couldn't meet Figo and his agent's demands for a new contract, which would have made him the highest-paid player in the world. Negotiations broke down, and the players' relationship with the club deteriorated. Rumors started circulating in Spain about a secret agreement by the player, to which he directly responded, "I haven't talked to Real Madrid. All rumors are lies. I'm staying in FC Barcelona. This is my home." At the same time, Real Madrid were looking for a way to help them regain their position as a dominant force in Spanish football. Florentino Perez, the club's presidential candidate, saw Figo as the ideal player to lead the team to success. He convinced the footballer that he would be able to win more titles and achieve more success at Real Madrid than at Barcelona. Perez's vision, combined with the allure of playing at one of the most successful clubs in the world, proved too tempting for Figo to refuse. Figo's move to Real Madrid outraged Barcelona fans, who saw it as betrayal. The fact that the striker was an idol at Barcelona and played a crucial role in their success made the move even more painful. Figo returned to Camp Nou almost 3 months later as a Real Madrid player. He was escorted by security guards. Fans at the stadium shouted, "Die Figo!" Sound meters installed by Canal Plus TV recorded noise levels higher than in any nightclub in the city. During the match, he was showered with objects, including coins, mobile phones, stones, and a bicycle chain. Catalan authorities tried repeatedly to calm the fans, but unfortunately, without success. When Figo returned to play in El Clásico at Camp Nou in November 2002, he was received worse than 2 years earlier. Paco Pavón played in defense for Real Madrid in that match. He recalls the bus entering the stadium before the match. "When we entered Camp Nou, the police made a special passage for the bus, 25 meters from each side. Nevertheless, fans threw glass bottles, stones, everything. The match ended goalless and chaotic. The game had to be stopped halfway through the second half for 16 minutes due to difficulties with Figo taking corner kicks. Perez used the player as a Trojan horse to gain access to the top."
They gotta have that at a neutral site, bro.
Yeah. But wherever they go, the fans are coming, period. So
Shoot, man, you had that at a neutral site. Fans not really admitted in there like that because it's so dangerous.
yeah.
They need to do something. Them going to their hometown.
Yeah, that's tough.
Bro, they was throwing glass at this man.
Do a pig's head at him.
Oh, a pig's head? Yo.
Of the club. Figo was the first player of the Galactico project, including Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo Nazario, David Beckham, and Michael Owen. Perez's idea was to create emotions, or illusions, as he calls it, around the orbit of his galactic stars and to promote goods and television broadcasting deals based on their charm. For example, when Figo arrived at the club in 2000, he agreed to part with half of his off-field earnings. So, 50% of the cut from each shirt sold with Figo's name on the back, and each sponsorship deal made by Figo's agent went to Real Madrid.
This video was good. I'm gonna put the original link in the comments down below. But Mookie,
Yeah.
top six worst portrayals in football, bro. What you think? Talk to me, Pam.
I think you was right on the money. I just sometimes I wouldn't for a few of them. Especially the one with R9, I didn't think it was a betrayal, bro.
Yeah, I know. R9 wasn't a betrayal. It's just a simple fact.
Yeah.
I just wish sometimes I know the fans passionate, and we love that about y'all.
Right.
But when things get gritty, it really goes left, Mookie.
really
You
goes
feel
left,
me?
so,
So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying, though, yo.
Yeah, y'all try to understand that they people too. You know what I'm saying? And even if they did it in a sleazy way, they doing what they feel is right for them and their family. So, when it comes down to that, yeah, you could be upset, you can say certain things, but you gotta understand that they're just making the right decision for them.
For themselves,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? So,
Hopefully they make the right decision for themselves.
Right.
But look, man, y'all let us know which one out of these 6 was the worst one for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Our Instagram is Dustin House. Please DM us more videos that we can react to. I'm Nick Dustin.
I'm gonna be done.
And we out, baby. 1.